Hello, so today we're talking about the Canon 24 to 50mm kit lens, budget kit lens that often comes with the R8 with a full frame sensor. You can use it with the other cameras as well, probably also with the crop sensor cameras. Now I'm out here in the Canaries, been doing a job out here, and I thought I'd just give this a try, see what I could do with it for a few days. Now I've shot a really bizarre sort of eclectic group of pictures which I will show you now. So it's not often that there is a lens that I just hate from day one, but to be perfectly honest, I had a lot of hate for this thing. I was just going to get rid of it. But, you know, I thought it's really important for me to do videos about lenses that aren't pro level all the time, because, you know, not everyone's got all the money in the world, and it's kind of, this is a beginner's lens, really. And with that in mind, actually, when you have that in mind, it's not the worst thing in the world. It kind of works. 24 to 50mm, it's an okay range, it's not perfect. It's small, it's light. It's cheap, it's easy to use, easy to deploy, not going to upset anyone, very discreet, goes on the R8 and looks fantastic, you know, because it just kind of almost fits in your pocket, to be perfectly honest. And so as a beginner lens, yeah, it gets you out, gets you taking pictures and makes you understand where your next purchase might be. But I would imagine that anyone that begins with one of these things is going to be moving on pretty quickly, to be perfectly honest. But it could kind of help you on your journey along. There are a number of other people who, you know, in the evolution of the few days that I've been shooting with it, it kind of comes to my attention that there are a few shortcomings, but also a few aspects of this lens that are worth mentioning. So I've gone from really not liking it to still not liking it very much, but understanding how it could fit into some people's kind of life, I guess. And one of those groups of people is for street photography. Now, if you're into street photography, most street photographers typically choose a focal length and sort of stick with it for a while, like 24mm, 28mm, 35mm, 50mm, maybe even 40mm, all of which are represented here because it's 24 to 50, right? So if you're into or want to get into street photography, this could be a really great way of helping you to understand which focal length might be right for you, and you can try out all the others as well and sort of see how they work, I guess, so it could improve your level of understanding. As a general walk-around lens, I don't think the zoom is flexible enough. I think that 24 to 50 is just frustrating. You constantly feel it at the long end. It's just not long enough. And I guess, you know, in my opinion, a 24 to 105 is just about perfect for that kind of thing. That's a great walk-around lens that gets stuff done and enables you to get the pictures that you want, that you can see. 24 to 70 at a minimum, but 24 to 50 is just too restrictive. Also, the maximum aperture of this thing is just not bright enough to be able to have that much creative control with, but it kind of gets you pictures to begin with. There is another group of photographers that is worth mentioning, and that is anybody who is, let's say, into wildlife. You know, I'm a wannabe wildlife photographer. I'm having a good go at it at the moment, and I walk around with a massive lens, massive heavy lens in a backpack with one camera body. And with a monopod, that's enough to carry. You don't want any more lenses, so you tend to leave everything else at home. Now, one of the problems with just walking around with one telephoto lens is what happens if there is an incredible sunset, you know, and you have a really nice view that you want to capture to kind of as an alternative view to just the very tight picture of, let's say, some wildlife. Having one of these things, it's small enough, cheap enough, light enough just to throw into that bag and kind of forget about it. So you have that group of photographers as well. Also, anyone that wants to do a little bit of behind-the-scenes footage, maybe, if they've got two bodies and they're using their main lenses for photography, but they want to do a little bit of video or behind-the-scenes, then this thing could be incredibly useful for them. I guess there's also anyone that needs a bit of backup. You know, I'm going on another travel assignment in a few weeks' time, and I will take all of my main holy trinity of lenses and a couple of primes. But, you know, there's always the fear that something breaks, and having one of these things thrown in the bottom of the bag, it's small enough, light enough and cheap enough not to worry about. And it does actually, the focal length actually does do quite a lot of heavy lifting, really, in terms of general travel photography. So it could be a great backup. In terms of Build quality, I hate it. It's kind of plasticky, and that doesn't mean to say it's going to break. I just don't like it. It's just kind of graunchy. It has this kind of little lock thing that you have to zoom it sort of past the 24mm in order to get it to retract, and it just kind of feels like it's going to break, to be perfectly honest. Probably won't, probably last forever. That's how these things tend to be. In terms of sharpness, it's not the sharpest thing in the world. It doesn't really do anything that outstanding. The color isn't that great. The vignetting is there and a bit annoying, but without much character. It's got quite a lot of distortion. All of those things can be corrected in post-production. It's sharp, but nothing to write home about, that's for sure. And the maximum aperture of God knows what it is, it's quite dark. You know, it doesn't allow for much creative control, to say the least. But all of that said, if you're a beginner, you know, it gets you out, gets you shooting, gets you nice pictures, helps you understand stuff, you know, why not? And all of those other things that I talked about. Anyway, you know, and if you're just looking for a general walk around lens, get the 24-105 and, you know, thank me later, basically. Anyway, bye-bye. Thanks for watching.